gas. Grab that cash.
Prior to the 2016 season, the last time we had a Triple Crown winner was 10 years ago with Glidemaster. Scotty Zeron took care of that this year with Marion Marauder. Prior to the 2016 season, the last time a driver led here who wasn't yet 30, John Campbell in 1984 at age 29. He took care of that one too, all in the same year. Scotty Zeron, nice seeing you. How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
How's your year going?
It's definitely a career year. I'm happy with every step-by-step as it's gone.
When the year started, could you have imagined Marion Marauder could turn out to be this kind of trotter?
Well, heading into this year, Southwind Frank was so dominant as a 2-year-old. It seemed almost unbeatable to get him. So, it was tough to be confident that we could dominate the way we did. But at the same time, I knew I had that kind of high-caliber horse, and he delivered throughout the year.
And you got to deliver in heats on Hambletonian Day. Take us through that day. What was it like? You came from pretty far back to win the first heat. What was that like? And then take us to the final.
I mean, in the elimination, I was really just hoping, to be really competitive at the wire. You didn't have to win the elimination to win the final, but at the same time, I wanted to win and prove that I could beat Southwind Frank. If I had a helmet cam on in that race, it would have been interesting. I wasn't really able to kind of get in the flow. The flow wasn't great. I had to overcome a lot, and it turned out Southwind Frank was a little over-aggressive in that race and made it a little bit easier down the lane for him to come back, but I had an insurmountable difference between the two of us, and he really overcame it.
And here we are in the final here. Look at these three horses across the wire. Bar Hopping's tiring on the lead. Here comes Southwind Frank up the rail. There you are. Take us through this.
Down the stretch, all I was thinking was, oh my good Lord, where is this wire? It felt to me like I maintained that lead. When I cleared Bar Hopping, I had that lead, and I seen Frank come up the inside of Timmy, which I was surprised that he had the room to do it. But at the same time, I felt like I was the one that was in that lead. The Hambo was in my sights. It was mine to give up, and it turned out down the lane to be a hell of a race. And I didn't know when I crossed the wire that I won. And
Sutton was coming on the outside, too. Now you're not eligible to the Kentucky Futurity. There has to be a supplement paid. Take us through that now. Now you're going for the Triple Crown. What was that feeling like?
Well, all throughout the year, I was told, and we always spoke about it, Paula and Mike Keeling and I, and they never had any intentions on doing the Futurity. Even after the Yonkers trot, to be eligible for this Triple Crown, they had to supplement, and their intentions were to not do it. They were focused on the Breeders' Crown. Thank the Lord they supplemented. It turned out to be an amazing day and a huge career boost for me.
And there are 17 drivers who have won a Triple Crown. He's 10 years younger than anybody else of the other 16. Tron Smetshammer was 37, 27 years old. By the way, 27 is also the age of John with Hilarion when he won his first $1 million race. Now let's talk about Shamballa. Shamballa, oh my goodness, this was Hambletonian Day also. 147-1 U.S. Pacing Championship against the heavy hitters, always be Mickey and Wiggle and Jiggle It.
Yeah, I was confident heading into that race just based on the trip that I felt that I was going to get. Everyone talked about those three horses, and it felt like if I could just get Freaky Feet Pete leaving in front of me, that I would have a for sure second over trip. And it just turned out, everything worked out perfect. Mickey was run hard to make the lead, and then when Freaky Feet came first up, he came as hard as he could. So, everything was just a nice tempo for my horse. But as a lot of people don't know, my horse paced the last three quarters in 1:18.3. So, it wasn't that easy of a trip, but when heading around that last turn, all I was thinking was, he's in the right spot. He feels good. I just need him to deliver down the lane, and he did.
And the trainer of the horse is kind of special, too.
The whole thing was special. I had the momentum of winning the Hambo elimination right before that, and you just get that momentum, and everything builds up. I got that perfect trip. That Shamballa came through, and then I headed into the Hambo the next one. It was just a great day overall.
10 years ago when Doug McNair was winning the Battle of the Waterloo at age 18, I said, well, I think he's got a little bit of an edge on Scotty Zeron, but I think you've now leveled that off a little bit, and I'm sure Doug was rooting hard for you.
Doug's a phenomenal driver. We always drove together and, ended up being on the Wake circuit together.
And both fathers training, yeah.
Yeah, so, we're the same age. Everything was nice. I was really happy to have somebody like Doug throughout my career because we were the same age. And as you know, Hollywood, everybody's, maybe about a couple decades older than Doug and myself. So it was nice to have that build up, and just like, everyone else's experience throughout their career, and I had somebody to talk about it with.
And talk about, speaking of role models and a couple decades older, John Campbell and yourself come to the wire with Call Me Queen Bee in the Breeders' Crown. Here you go first over against L.A. Delight, 27-year-old against the most accomplished driver in the sport's history. What were you thinking here?
I was thinking, I don't know how my horse feels this great after this tough first-up grind, but at the same time, I've never had her in a spot like this, and I always felt like if I had another horse headed, she'd keep that down the lane, and this race was just that example. I'm really happy. I didn't get the jug yet, and I really wanted that bad, and that felt like my race to lose, and it didn't work out that day. But at the same time, the tables were turned in the Breeders' Crown.
I guarantee you, not too many people knew that you hadn't won a Breeders' Crown before, so that kind of added to the drama a little bit.
You know what? There might be 12 of them a year, but it is one hell of a race to win, and it's not easy. I went 0 for like 40, but having the opportunities I've had all throughout, it's been amazing. But I've had great opportunities to win it. I've had Art Speak, I've had Michael's Power, I've had some great horses have chances to win, and I've had a bunch of seconds, but no wins until this year.
Art Speak, a division winner, and you're only 24. Let's look at the card tonight. We're starting the first. You got a lot of horses, a lot of drives, and a lot of first-timers. Clearview Hanover is one of them here in race 1. This is post 3, 6-1, near $250,000, 7-year-old mare for Enrique Lundell.
Yes, I just went to a Rangers game with Hendrick the other day to cheer for the Leafs, and his Jersey team won, my Leafs lost. But heading into this race with this horse, she just seems like a solid front end. At least leave the gate, try and sit up close, and that's just what we're going to try and do. It seems like she can maintain her speed when she gets up close, and it's only 8 in it, so we'll go from there. Okay,
let's turn to race 4. We're going to look at number 8, another 7-year-old pacing mare. 174 starts, 174,000. She was 40-1, but third last time out. You did drive her 4 and 5 starts back.
Yeah, she's easy to drive. She has enough experience out on the track, and she's just the type of horse. She's been a little bit handicapped with bad post positions, and it continues today. So I feel like we might not be quite up in the mix, and let's hope some other people are going crazy and we can pick up the pieces late.
Okay, 5th race, you roll a 7 here with a third 7-year-old, a 15-time winner last year in this, 37-time lifetime winner, Splitsville. Number 4, wire-to-wire 2 back, but that was against a cheaper class.
Yeah, but it feels like they're all cheaper classes. But at the same time, this horse did it wire-to-wire and showed that he carried that speed throughout the next week, coming from 9th to finish a nice, strong 3rd. We'll see. I feel like the 4 holes at a decent spot to get in the flow. And, if he feels strong enough behind the gate, I'll push him out of there. But I have confidence he'll be right close at the wire.
Okay, let's turn to race 6, so Shutthefrontdoor. I think this is your first time. It's a 5th straight race with a different driver. 17-1, 78-1 last 2. Can you pull something out of your hat here?
I love this horse. You might not know, but I've driven her a lot, and she kind of fits a little bit of my style where she likes to be conserved out of the wings and just be a nice, calm trip. And she'll always give you everything she has that last quarter. So once again, we're going to have to pray for a little bit of luck. And we know horses like In It to Win a Fortune will be setting up some strong fractions. And just hope that they come back to me a little bit, and I think mine could be right there.
Okay, let's turn to the 7th race. Dash for the G-Notes final. Number 6, Quantum Uptown Boy. 2-1 winner last time out and a lifetime mark. A daughter of Triple Crown winner, Glidemaster. That might be a good omen. What about the chances of Quantum Uptown Boy?
The chances look not too bad. It shows a nice win on that last race in 55, but that was when he ended up making front at the 3/4 pole. I don't know if we're going to have that kind of opportunity. Aside from Jarnac's drive last week, he doesn't show really ever being in the mix. So, I'll look to hear what the trainer has to say. I've never driven this horse before, and it might be a surprise.
Okay, let's flip over to race number 10. And number 4, Born to Fight. This is a Cantab hole 6-year-old, 20 out of 40 in the money, Mark 4 trains. Having a nice year, 63,000. What do we know about this one?
We know absolutely nothing. So we're going to have to look for someone to tell me what this horse is like and its capabilities, and we'll kind of go from there. It shows decent form roughly throughout the year, but a lot of second-itis. So, being second in this race wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but we'll go for that win. Okay,
11th race, number 7. Icommandmyspirit, 7 for 31 this year, 8 for 31 last year. On the board last 3, near 400,000 lifetime. I see 2-1 morning line. What about that?
I think she's in great form right now. It's probably my best shot of the night. Whether or not I choose to leave or sit back, that'll all be decided leaving the gate. But, this is your best field, I feel like, tonight. And, I have the favorite going into it, so I'm confident about that.
We have any winter plans for Scotty Zeron we can reveal here?
Yeah, I feel like tomorrow night might be my last day at the Meadowlands until the April meet pops back up and, some of the older horses start coming back and younger ones as well.
You going to be signing autographs down in Florida or get pictures? Or how's that work?
I might be just like 20 or 30 minutes away at Yonkers Racetrack, so, we'll see how it plays out, but I feel like I want to go over there for the 5-day-a-week meet.
The Driver of the Year awards are out. There's several finalists. Jarnac's leading in earnings 3rd straight year. Dave Miller's a defending champion. I know your name is prominent among that list. What would that mean to you? What would that mean to Dad, Rick Zeron, if you won it?
I could say that, it'd be a dream come true, but I never dreamed that I'd be even eligible for something like that. I've been nominated 3 times for the O'Brien Award. I was nominated consecutively, and I didn't win all 3, so award ceremonies aren't my expertise. But, to be in the league of Jarnac, David, and Timmy, and, Sears, it's quite amazing. And to think that, the one I'd be going against would be David throughout the conversations this year. I thought he had an amazing year last year, and he had an even better year this year. So I'm going against, an amazing guy in David. And I just hope my record and resume this year is up to par.
Okay, Scotty Zeron, Triple Crown, 146 in one time, 147 one victor. Thanks so much for stopping by. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Oliver.